Hi everyone and welcome to another live trading series. It is Tuesday, July 13th. It is around lunchtime and I'm going to be showing you rolling covered calls in my tax-free savings account. If you're new to options trading, if you haven't watched from the beginning, in your tax-free savings account, you can't do cash secured puts. That's why I'm doing covered calls. It's pretty much all you're allowed to do. I don't even think you're allowed to do spreads. Going into my TFSA, if you want to follow along, like every month I'm doing one video. So if you want to see the progress of the TFSA and what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, why I chose certain stocks, I will link them somewhere just so you can follow along on these TFSA videos if you'd like. Jumping right into it, my portfolio, I've been hovering between 100,000 and 110,000 Canadian. My value, so I've been making money on options, but then just like my luck, the stocks I buy for the covered call, they've been tanking. So there's just a rule: if I buy something, it'll tank the next day. So if you guys see me buy a share, you should sell it if you already own it. If you see me sell something, it'll go up. I don't know, just my everything I do, I feel like the opposite happens, and it's just kind of, it gets frustrating at times. Going into my options portfolio, everything is expiring in 3 days, so I chose the July 16th expiration. I usually trade options in my TFSA once a month, maybe twice, because if you day trade or if you trade too often, I don't want to turn it taxable. I don't want to give the CRA any reason or any room to say, hey, this is day trading or this is a business, we want to tax you on it. So if I trade once a month, I should be fine. I'll probably make another video this week on my margin account, because those also expire in 3 days. So heading right into it, I'm going to be rolling, like, let's even see what's happening here. You can see I have covered calls. You can see the price I sold them for, and you can see the value now. The only one that's in jeopardy, the only one I'm kind of frustrated with, is AMD. So I sold it for $321. It's worth $610 now. Everything else will be expiring worthless. Well Health, I might let these get called away. If you see like the in the money column, it says in the money, yes, I might let these get called away and I'll get around $8,000 back. I will invest in something else. I think I have too many Well Health shares. I might just move on. So I'm going to start with the ones I did last time. So people wanted cheaper stocks to choose. So I chose Open Door and Quantum Scape. And now, if I go to strategy, you'll see after I bought, I am down $1,500 on Quantum Scape and then $200 on Open Door. Kind of frustrating, but I will be rolling. So I'm up $396 on these calls so far. I did choose the 20 Delta, and I might move it down from 35 to 30 just to see what I can make off of it. So I will go here. The way to roll, you have to buy back the exact call you sold, and you have to sell a new one. So I sold the July 16th 35 call, and I will sell August. I'll sell a month out, and I'll go down to 30, I believe. If I go QS, let's just see. Okay, let's just see what it looks like. So for this, I just want to see the delta around 30. Okay, so this is the closest to, I like the 25 delta, but that obviously doesn't exist here. So the closest I will go is 30, and so 30 strike, which is the 20 delta. And I'll be making around the same I did last time. So I sold for $100 a contract, and it looks like I'm getting the same here. So I'll continue to be making another $400. So it does say I'm down 1,100, but then when I sell another 400, if I make another 400 on this, because I have 4 contracts, this will bring it down. You'll constantly be, I'll be treating this like a dividend. Like every month I'll be making some money off of it. So we buy back, this looks weird. So no one's bidding, everyone's asking. Okay, that's kind of weird. Let's see if these so I'll be making 392 on this, and they get filled right away. Perfect. Let's see what that looks like. So the old one disappears. Open quantity 0, close quantity 4, because I just sold them. This will be ideally another $400. So the goal is for these to expire worthless. And then if the stock increases, I slowly follow it upwards. Let's do the same for Open Door. Open Door not losing as much on it. So I bought 400 shares for $16.68. Now they're worth $16.12. So I'm down a little bit, but I'm hoping to be making, if I sell, I'm still at the 20 strike. So above my cost basis, I do want to make a few hundred on it. Let's sell some more. Hopefully I'll be making a few hundred every month until eventually they get called away. So let's go August 20th. Let's see what that looks like if I go to open. And then let's see what the 20, so, again, the delta for the 20 strike is 20, which means 80% chance this expires worthless, but Open Door does increase a lot, so it might not, I don't know, we'll see what happens. What's funny is that the bid is 0, so no one's really, I'm just going to, what should I do here? I just want to get it filled. Let's just go market. I wonder if I'll be kind of losing a little bit on this. $140. That's not that much. What should we do? If we go 0.45, this will bring us to 180. I think this should be fine. Let's see. I'll leave this open for the day to see if it'll get filled. You see open orders? Let's see what happens. I'll go back to this. Let's go to Air Canada. You know what? I'll show you guys something that's been breached. So I bought AMD for 77. It's worth 91 right now, but I sold a covered call at 85. So I've maxed out my gains. I won't be making this $1,300 on it. I will be losing a little bit because I maxed my gains out at 85. I do want to roll this out. You don't have to let your shares get called away. I'm just going to roll out further in time. So buy this back at a big loss and then hopefully sell a little for a gain. So buy back the 85 because that's what I sold. And then let's go out to August 20th. If I sell, so check this out. Because I have 100 shares at 85 and I'm selling another covered call at 87.50, so $2.50 for 100 shares means an extra $250 that I'll be getting. Plus, I'll be getting hopefully $40 over here if I can get this filled for $40. So it might not seem like much, but if I do lose my shares, it'll be another $250 plus the 40, $290, which, yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't mind losing the shares because I did, if they do get called away for 80, if this gets filled, they get called away for $87.50, it'll be $1,000 total, which is not bad. But ideally, the goal with my covered calls, I want to follow the stock up. I don't want to lose the shares. Let's do this for a few others. If you've been watching since January, I've been selling covered calls on Corsair at the 35 strike since January, and it's been working out perfectly. Corsair is very interesting. It treats 30 as like the base, and then it doesn't really go above 35. Like it treats 35 as lava pretty much. Every time it hits 35, it bounces back down. As you can see, I'll be selling, it's pretty much at the money. So I bought at $34.97 and I'll be selling 35s. So I sold 2 for $200 each, and then they're worth 7 cents now. So this is a pretty good trade for 1 month. I'm up $394. Let's do this again. I just want to show you Corsair. So if I go out to a month, so right now I won't be making as much. So I'll be making $112 for the 35 strike. If we just see, oh, the AMD got filled. So $112 with 3,500 tied up in capital. So my return for 1 month will be 3.2%, which is great. Like the IV, it's not that IV used to be higher on this, but I try to aim for 1.5% a month. So the fact that I can sell almost at the money covered calls and it's paying me 3.2%. I've been doing this for 6 months. This is great. I'll be continually selling these. So buy back the 35, sell August 20th at 35 again. Let's try to get another penny out of this. Doesn't matter too much. So buy to close means you're eliminating your original obligation. Sell to open, you're opening up a new obligation, an additional 34 days out. So I'll be making hopefully $212. 212 with 7,000 in capital tied up. Yeah, that's the 3% I mentioned. Perfect. Do I want to show everything? I think I'll be wasting everyone's time if I'm pretty much doing the same thing 5 times. My last one, you know what? I'll do it on Air Canada. So again, Air Canada, as soon as I bought it, I've been wheeling Air Canada for a year. So I buy Air Canada shares, I sell a covered call, they get called away, and then I pretty much buy back in. So as soon as I bought 800 Air Canada shares at $27.59, it dropped to 25. So now I'm indirectly down $1,900, but I did make $500 on the 8 covered calls, and I'll be doing the same. Now I hope if we go ac.to, I hope I can still make a good amount selling at 29. Okay, I guess not. I guess not. You know what? I do think Air Canada will come back to 29, so I'm not gonna go a little lower. So it does say 10 delta, so 90% chance that this will be out of the money. But if I move down from 29 to 28, because I have 800 shares, this means if they get called away, I'm indirectly losing $800 for not much more in premium. So I'm going to be sticking to the 29 strike. I do think it'll come back. And if it goes up to 29 or 30 and I miss out on that $800, I will be pretty frustrated. So let's go here. Quantity 8, not 81, 8. So July, whatever, selling August. Again, my timing is perfect. As soon as I buy something, it tanks. So if you guys see me buy something, buy shares that you own, you should be afraid. Be very afraid. So what does this mean? Let's go in the middle. I try to choose the midpoint. Hopefully these get filled. What is my return? So let's say here, $38 for 2,900 in capital. 1.3% in a month. Not like ideally I target 1.5, but I'll be treating Air Canada a little different. So $272 if this does work out. Not my best trade, but it is what it is at this point. I think I'm gonna leave it there for now. Partially filled. Okay, hold on. So positions. I just want to see what this looks like. So I sold 5 and bought. So I still have three contracts that remains to be filled, but this is fine. I'm probably going to let Well Health get called away, get $8,000. So right now my cash on hand is around 3,900 CAD or 3,100 US. I do want the cash back from Well Health and I'll deploy it somewhere else. If you check out my open P&L, like I'm not doing so well on the Canadian side. I'm down almost 11,000, but I am making 5,000 on the US side. You know, not my best trades. If you're wondering what happened to my Apple shares, so I still have 100 Apple shares, but I don't want to. So I'm up 7,600 on Apple. I don't want to sell covered calls because Apple's been going up a lot lately. I am worried I'll end up losing the shares, and I don't want to lose these. And if you want to guarantee you don't lose your shares, like you want to keep them, then you probably shouldn't sell covered calls on it. Eventually you'll get bit. Like Apple might pop 5% in the month that I sold it and you'll lose the shares. So that's kind of one of the downsides. But yeah, I'm not sure what to do here. Like should I right now Apple's at 147. I could sell 160s if I want. Sorry, let's just take a look. But it just might not be worth it. So if I go to Apple a month out, if I try to find 160, so I'll be making $117 for 160 for 16,000 in capital tied up. That's 0.7%. That is not worth it to me. So $118 for 16,000. It's not worth it to me. I know I probably should be looking at my return based on my cost basis. My cost basis is 70. So 117 divided by 70, that is 1.5%. Okay, maybe for some reason, like Apple went up 1.9% today. If it does this 2-3 more times, from 147, it could hit 160 by August 20th. I just don't want to lose my shares. I think I'm going to leave it there for now. If we look at the margin side, I might film another video. I do have a bunch expiring in 3 days, but this video's been too long. I'll save that for another video. I might release this one tomorrow. But yeah, thanks for watching. Tune into the sorry for the sun. I know sun's blasting in the background, but I do kind of like the way it looks. Thanks for watching and tune into the next one.